Hey everyone, welcome to the KE report and a company update from Corcel Exploration. Chatting with the CEO, Jon Ward. Corcel is focused at the Yuma King Project in Arizona and recently, just yesterday, October 7th, released some historical drill results and starts to outline a planned phase one drill program. Corcel is traded on the CSE under the symbol CRCL and the OTCQB CRLEF. Now, Jon, it's been a few months since we last had you on, and now that you're releasing some of these historical drill results, all moving towards your maiden drill program here, let's just remind everybody what this Yuma King project is all about. It's a historic mine and has had obviously some exploration done at it. So just remind everybody how many meters have been drilled that you were reevaluating here, and remind everybody about the past production at this mine, please.
Yeah, thanks, Corey, and it's great to be back. It's great talking to you guys again. Yeah, so the Yuma King project that we have here in West Central Arizona, 3,200 hectares of BLM, 515 BLM claims. And as you said, it is a past producing district. It had the historic Yuma mine, so the Yuma King mine on it that produced almost 8,000 tons from underground workings between 1940 and 1963. It pulled almost half a million pounds of copper, grading at about 2.65% out of that. So, and also as you touched on there, that has had some historical drilling on it recently. Back in 2006 and 2011, there was 19 drill holes drilled into it in 2006 from 5 different drill sites, and 2 drill holes in 2011. So there was really a total of 3,900 meters that was drilled across both of those programs. And as you alluded to, yesterday we put out some historical drill results that's really been helping us plan for that next phase of drilling.
Well, Jon, as we review the historical results, I know that some of these you're not really re-logging. It's more of an exercise in getting the market orientated on some of the targeting work you're doing and then overlaying this with all the other surveys you've done and different data collection. Are you going to be twinning some of these holes to do some confirmation, or are you going to be stepping out when you do the drill program, or is it going to be a combination of both?
So our drill program that we're doing up at the moment, we'll look to do some confirmation drilling in and around that Yuma King mine, as well as with our drone mag survey and our rock chip sampling program that we did earlier this year. It showed extensions of this skarn mineralization that were unknown until we got out there and did the work. So we will be testing extensions of this skarn as well.
So, Jon, looking at these results, the best one being, I guess, this UK01A, 45 meters, just over 45 meters of 0.78% copper and just over half a gram per ton gold. Balance between copper and gold here. That was also very close to surface, 4.6 meters down hole. What type of a system are you looking for here? Give us a bit of reference in terms of what could be underground here, understanding that it looks like a lot of these holes were fairly shallow.
Yeah, exactly. We are looking at a copper gold skarn system here. A lot of those holes that were drilled in that 2006 program with that 45 meters that you said at, we call it 1.1% copper equivalent, was essentially drilled from surface from that 4.6 meters. So there is a potential for a high grade, well, we do know there's a high grade skarn mineralization system there, but also some of this previous drilling has alluded to the fact that there might be a buried porphyry system in the area as well. So that's some of the work that we need to do, obviously drill in and around this skarn, as well as the soil program and drone mag survey. Drone mag survey was showing some areas in the Yuma King West area or Three Musketeers area that could show signs of a porphyry.
Well, Jon, I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of times the porphyry systems are associated with the skarns, at depth or maybe the source of some of it. So would you be doing a combination of more shallow holes and maybe a deeper hole or two just to test that potential? Or what kind of indicators would you be looking for out of all the different data sets you're looking at to test whether there's the porphyry along with the skarn?
Yeah, it's a good question. We're currently refining that program at the moment, so there could be a mixture of doing those shallow skarn mineralization holes and as well as testing some deeper holes to try and source that porphyry. But yeah, as you see, there's like a 500 potential, 500 down dip skarn potential there, which is a lot of this is untested. There's been 19 drill hole, call it 21 drill holes, sorry, on that area, 20 of them in around this Yuma King West area. So it is very untested, and there is a large potential for discovery here as we proceed. And as everyone can see, as everyone's seen in the market recently, you get rewarded on discovery.
So, John, how much more work do you need to do to get drilling here in terms of isolating targets and actually getting a drill on the ground?
So we are working at the moment with the BLM on permitting in as well as like, because it's a BLM land where we're getting the NOI, what's the notice of intent. That usually takes about a month to come through for our permitting drill sites. We're looking at using existing drill pads from previous drilling on the sites as well. So otherwise, it is choosing the drill targets or refining the drill targets, which we are working on, should have out shortly here. We'll also look to run some IP lines, mainly in that Yuma King West area, just because other than the work that we did with the soil sampling and the drone mag survey, not much other work has been done out in that area. So as we refine drill targets and get drilling in the Yuma King or in and around the Yuma King mine, we'll do further work out in the Yuma King West area.
Well, John, it's always interesting to apply modern science, like the different surveys you've done and flown and looking at the different soil sampling and geochemistry to an old historic site. But maybe for people listening in not familiar with the project, I think a lot of people will recognize Arizona is the place you want to be for copper in the US and, nice gold credits here too. But is there any other advantages as far as infrastructure to this project because it was a prior producing mine? Anything else you can highlight as far as advantages to the project has?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's very close to a number of towns. When we go down to site, we stay at a town called Parker. It's about a 30-minute drive along a highway to our project. You drive along the highway, you turn off cross over a railway line underneath some power lines, and go onto graded roads up until our project. So the access is fantastic. Also, the mine is flooded as well. The old historic Yuma mine has been flooded. So that's where the water was pulled from that 2006 drill campaign. So we'll be looking to potentially doing the same thing now.
Well, John, I know you haven't announced the exact plans yet, but do you have a rough idea you can tell listeners here about how many holes, how many meters you're looking at doing in this upcoming campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at probably doing about 2,000 meters over 8 holes. Obviously, there'll be different depths. We might give or take some depending how the program goes, but also we're in the planning phase or finalizing the planning phase of that.
John, I want to talk valuation here because this is early exploration, early stage exploration on this Yuma King project. It was a past producer. Look, the market cap of the company right now sitting right around $6 million Canadian. I've noticed a fair bit of volume that's come into the stock more recently. What can you tell us about who's trading this stock and valuation? Again, early stage, but very much a depressed valuation here at $6 million.
Yeah, we are very undervalued for the stage that we're at on or the project that we have. But obviously, a lot of people are drilling at the moment, which with a ripping gold price, gold, silver, and now copper finally showing some life as well. A lot of people have been looking to those names that are drilling and putting out results. We are in that early stage. We're in the early innings here where we're just about to get drilling. So I think we'll be the next ones to start really going here as we get more attention as we put the drill into the ground.
All right, John. Not much more to touch on here, other than saying that I will post a link to the company's website so you can read over these historic results. And feel free to send us any questions for John as we approach that initial drill program, that phase one drill program at this Yuma King project in Arizona. Again, Jon Ward, CEO of Corcel Exploration. John, thank you for the update, and please keep us up to date as you get closer to that drill program.
Thanks, Corey and Chad. I appreciate you having me on here.